Hello, everybody. Well, we're back, and we're talking about what I got at the international market. My mother is sweet enough to take care of me and mine when we're without, and so I'm super grateful and lucky. Thank you, Mama, for taking me shopping. So I'm going to show you what we got at the international market, and then I'm also going to show you what Peggy brought to me for foragings. Like that she was cleaning through her house and she said, do you want some of this stuff for your witchcraft? And that is something really cool that happens once you start telling people what you're doing. Whether you say, I'm a witch and I use herbalism, or whether you say, I'm just really into herbalism, like everything you could think of, I've been foraging it lately. Once you start telling people those things, you know, and they see you with jars and jars and jars of stuff everywhere, they're going to be excited to bring you stuff too. And that's really fun for both the person that you're trying to get kind of into what you're doing, and it's also very fun for you because you'll see them starting to care about what you're doing and contribute to it. And there's a lot of an intent and a beautiful energy that goes into that as well. So these things that I'll be showing you, they're not only good just because of what their properties are, but they're also good because of the source that they came from. A loved one trying to be part of this with me. And I think that there's something really great about that. So, what's in the bag, Jennifer? What's in the bag? A jillion candles. I can't live without candles, and look how low my altar candle is. And then I have one back here that's almost on its way out, and because my candles have been going out on their own so often, I've just kept two going at a time. But what I thought of was, instead of two at a time going, because that can get quite expensive, what I'll do at night when I'm asleep is I will have my oil lamp going with the same flame. That way I never lose the flame. So when I light this at night, I will take my altar flame and light it with it. And that flame will never be able to extinguish, if that makes sense. So I see that there's one person here. Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's take a look at these candles. I got a lot. So these are generally like 3-day candles, but they've been burning faster for some reason. So I think they really did change the supplier. I got 4 blue, 2 yellow, 1 white Santa Muerte, 4 red, 4 green, and 2 pink. And so they were $1.50 each, so that adds up to like $25 in candles. And we're looking at these types of candles, y'all, like these. And then I want to talk to you about, you know, cleansing your things once you get them home from the store, the thrift store, the dollar store, whatever store, right? Even the farmer's market, you know. What do I do to prep and take care of these guys? I'll show you on one. I used to cleanse them all when I got them, but when I buy them in this big of a bulk, it's difficult to like cleanse all of those. Hi, thinking of others. Thanks, I appreciate it. Nice to see you here. So how do I cleanse these and make them mine? What am I cleansing off of them? So I want to get all the energies off them from the factory they were made in and the store that they sat in. And what energies are you talking about? Well, let's say that the person at the factory wasn't getting paid very well, or who knows even if they were. Let's say they're getting paid great, but they just had a bad day. And they're working on this, and they're, you know, working the machines or handling the glass or pouring it. Their crappy day energy goes into this, even if they don't touch it and they're just looking at it. So I want to cleanse that away. I also want to cleanse away the energies of people at the store who may have touched it and put it back or something like that. So how do I do that? First off, I watched this show from the Bradley Network, and it was talking. I take Florida water and I start rubbing it on it from the Broadly Network. And I watched this video on YouTube, and it was about these, oh no, that wasn't it. It wasn't Broadly. It was this witchy woman who lived deep in the woods all by herself, and she just had certain people bring stuff to her. She would not let things come onto her little space that had any kind of barcodes on them. Why is that? Because she said, and she was a very old, like, Peruvian witch, I do believe. Maybe she's Spanish, but I think she's Peruvian. She believed that the barcode was like a very evil mark, and that it was tainted. And I don't know, it just, when I heard her say that, I was like, man, I think I've always kind of felt that way too, but I didn't really ever think about it. So, some people leave those on. I always take them off, just because when she said that, it just kind of like made me think. And plus, I just like the look of something when all the way around it doesn't have like that stuck to it when you're doing your workings. Just all those muddled, and all those words and numbers can get muddled up in your working, and we wouldn't want that. Oh, great. Yeah, of course, thinking of others. Thank you for being here. So, that Florida water's on your hand. It, you know, we've touched the whole entire candle with it. Bottom and everything else. And the wick, the inside, all of it. We've touched it now with ourselves and the Florida water. And then you can just go ahead and say out loud. You don't have to say out loud, but I think it's really proper to say it out loud. This candle, I cleanse it from all the places that it's been, and it is now mine. The energies are clear to work with, so mote it be. However you want to say it. And then also when you're shopping for these, make sure that that wick is centered directly in the bottom of the glass, because if it's torqued off to the side, it can make the candle go out and the burn kind of turn odd if you're trying to read your burn. If you're trying to read the glass for your burn, it can really interrupt that read. Okay, so that's that. I got just so many candles. Very excited. These will probably last me, oh, I don't know. I hope 2 or 3 weeks. You know, I hope 2 or 3 weeks. I hope I can make them last that long. But I would say 2 weeks. So generally I just set those up all along down here. And I would cleanse them in as I get them. Remember, in Color Magic, I can tell you the colors really quick because I have them here. So in Color Magic, and I'm reading out of this book by Scott Cunningham, who I love and trust. Colors. So we have white for protection, peace, purity, and truth. That's a white candle, okay? And then we've got, for a green candle, green will be healing, money, prosperity, luck, and fertility. Now this is for Wicca and Witchcraft. We learned earlier today that in Hawaiian magic the colors are completely different, and we know that in Hoodoo the colors are completely different because I work with that as well. Now, a brown candle, which I don't have in here, brown is good for physical objects, healing for animals, houses and homes, and it doesn't say it in here, but as well as court case magic and court work, legal issues. Pink, and they didn't have a pink candle without a label, so you can just go ahead and take this label off, or you could burn it for Guadalupe, you know. So pink is good for emotional love and friendships. Red is good for sexual love, passion, energy, enthusiasm, and courage. Yellow, clairvoyance, divination, studying, learning, and the mind. It's also the solar plexus, right? Green is the heart chakra. Red is the root chakra. So you could also be burning that for chakra workings, right? Okay, yellow, purple, which we don't have right on hand, power, healing, and deadly disease. Blue will be for healing, meditation, and tranquility. Orange, which we didn't grab today, strength, authority, attraction, and luck. And black, absorption of negativity, destruction of negativity. So, We've got a big old candle haul. I have every single one of those colors in a small chime candle form, right? Our little witchcraft candles, chime candles. I've got every color in there, but as far as my big olds, I've just stocked up on loads of gold. To me, this is more important than food. I mean, I'm just being honest. So, as I do these things, I'm just going to go ahead and put them where they go in my room, and I guess you guys can be a part of that. My room's a little bit messy because I've been getting so many things outside foraging and such, which is great. And it just looks really pretty when they're down there, and I walk into the room and I see all the colors and it makes me smile. So yes, that'll be a good haul of candles. Should last me a while. There. Doesn't that look nice? Okay, so after the candles... Hey Spirit Moon, how are you? Nice to see you. So thinking of others said, please friends pass the word to your channel friends to come view Jen's channel here. Thanks. Hey Christabel, and I haven't seen you for so long. How are you? Can't stay long, just wanted to stop by and say hi. Well, hi, I'm so happy you're here. Look, I just loaded up on candles. Ah. So hopefully that'll keep me through 2 weeks. Christabellin, it's really nice to see you. Hey, Christabellin, when you get a chance, watch the video before this, because I'm asking everybody, even people that don't have YouTube channels, if I can make them into one of my tarot cards. So if you are not okay with it, make sure to put a comment below the last video saying, please don't add me to one of your cards. But yeah, I would love to add you, Christabellin. You've been a part of the family for so long. So, are you okay with that then? You say nice? I'll put you on the list, so... I was out today, and I was with my mom, and she told me when we were driving down the road, absolutely you're in, okay, I'll put your name on the list. We're driving down the road, and Peggy told me, oh, look, there's some, California poppies. And I was like, and she goes, those are your granddad's favorite. And my granddad, I have an altar for him, and my grandmother, her husband, is one of my spirit guides, etc. So I go, oh Mom, pull over and we'll pick some California poppies for Granddad. And she's like, no, we can't do that. I'm like, yes, we can. So I made sure to, hey, So-So, how are you? Nice to see you. I made sure to put, like, my granddad's picture with these California poppies, but aren't they so pretty? These were his favorite flower. I just think they're gorgeous. So those are over here with his picture. And my Rose of Jericho is burning. And I have some other stuff that I got from the store, just kind of like trying to bless it in. Some mangoes that I'm going to eat later and a big banana leaf. So let me get your name on here, Christabellin. I forget, do you have a channel, Christabellin? Alright, so what were we talking about? We were talking about the flowers and what I'm doing and all that. So the rest of the International Market haul, I can go ahead and show that to you. Okay. So this is a glass bottle, and it holds some... Oh, I wanted to drink this with you guys, that's right. Superior ginseng root drink with the ginseng root inside of it. You rarely update though. That's okay. I just wanted to make sure I knew if it was a yes or a no. So yes, you have a channel. But if you have a channel, I can get an idea of how to create your card and stuff and just get to see you guys and stuff like that. Okay, so anyway, this ginseng root, I thought what we would do is when we go through this international thrift haul for the things I brought home, like when we went through the candles, we said all of the colors and color magic, okay, in Witchcraft. So if you missed that, just go back in the video if you like. And then I've got this big banana flower, which is so cool, and most people don't know that there's banana flowers, so I'm kind of dedicating that to Magical Mandy. To show her again how and I'm going to dismember that banana flower and show you there's 3 different parts I dry to it. But as we go through and talk about all this stuff that I brought home, I thought we would go ahead and look up in our book and read about it. Because I'm always saying, and ginseng, you know, that's good for loads of things. But instead of that, going, ginseng, now let's talk about it. So, I think what I'll do is I'll give it a shake and then I'll drink it. And then I will read out of the book about it. Or maybe we should do it backwards. Let's read out of the book about it. I don't know. Let's just at least taste it. I can never make up my mind. I apologize. But this bottle is cool. It's a really great shape. The root's right inside, and I'm going to be using that for a magical working if I don't eat it. I'm not sure which I'll do. But this is a really pretty shaped glass bottle. It's going to be great for oils or potions. And it's even got the ginseng root on the top of it. I will probably keep the ginseng root in there and make an oil right in this bottle. So, you know, we can get ideas and work on that together. That'll be really fun. Hey, Ricky, how are you? Nice to see you. So let's drink it. Have any of you had these before? I guess it's supposed to be like probably an energy shot. The Superior Ginseng Drink is a high-grade natural tonic drink prepared from the best quality ginseng concentrated extract. Ingredients: water, ginseng root, ginseng concentrated extract, citric acid, sodium benzenate, honey, and alcohol. Oh, honey alcohol contains less than 0.05. That's just enough to make it more into like a tincture, like so that it can be preserved. You know, no fat, 10 calories, no, 85 calories. And, oh, it says there's 10 servings in a bottle. I'm going to drink the whole thing. And then we'll look up ginseng and we'll talk about it. These are kind of hard to open. Okay. I think the last time I had one of these was quite some time ago. Oh, it smells good. You know what? It smells like a root. Smell. You can smell the dirt. You can smell the spice, like gingery kind of. Okay. And I'll remove this for the label, or I'll just paint over it if I can't get it to remove. Oh, no, it's going to peel perfect. Look. It's just going to peel right off. Ah, might need a little dish soap. All right, cheers. It's not bad, but it tastes like dirt when you first get it in your mouth. And then when it like goes in the middle, it's okay. And then when it rolls over the sides of your tongue, you're like, wah! But it's got a little honey in there, so it's not like too overpowering. This would be good in a martini, though. In California, you get a cash refund. I just keep the bottle. So this was $1.50, and I would have paid that much just for the bottle, just to be quite honest. So I feel like I got a free root and some free drink. Yeah, I'm a big collector of glass bottles and stuff like that, thinking of others. It's like my favorite stuff is glass bottles. Okay, now let's read about it. There's the ginseng root. I feel very alert right now. I do feel very, very alert. So I'll say that. Let's look up ginseng, and we're looking in Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, ginseng. Ginseng, American. Well, I don't know if this is American, though. Well, it only has American ginseng. But this says it was made in California. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is American ginseng since it was made in California? Or do you think it was the root came from somewhere else? I don't know. Well, we'll read about American ginseng because it's the only one that's in this book, but I'd love to hear what you guys think. And honestly, when I first opened that bottle and I smelled it, it smelled like mandrake root. It smelled like exactly when I opened my mandrake root jar, and it just has this kind of dusty root smell, kind of like dirt. That's what the smell was like when I first opened it. So American ginseng. Folk names. Wonder of the world root. Wonder of the world root. Gender, do you guys want to guess? Do you think it's female or male or female gender? Usually we can tell by the shape. Do you guys think it's a masculine or a feminine herb? The planet is the sun, the element is fire, and that makes a lot of sense because ginseng, just like ginger, is spicy. Male, spirit moon, yes, you're right, it's male. And the shape itself is very phallic. Okay? And when you look at a lot of flowers, they look like vajayjays. You know, like look at the orchid. So when you look at things, sometimes you can see whether they're male or female just by looking at them. And I'm not being funny, I'm just completely being honest there. Most fruits are water element. So after you read about these herbalism things, you start to draw comparisons and like, hey, maybe that's why that is. So it's the gender is masculine, the planet is the sun, the element is fire. The powers are love, wishes, healing, beauty, protection, and lust. So I think I'm going to be turning this into an oil for probably either wishes or protection. I have loads of healing stuff. I don't need love or lust or beauty. And I'm not being vain, I just don't do beauty workings. Probably either wishes or protection. Or maybe a protect my wishes oil. So we'll see. We'll see what we'll do with that. And this is the very book where starting at page 276, and those however many pages are there, 18 pages or so, is where you can create your own spells. Because there's the section which is magical intentions, and it says astral projection and a bunch of herbs, beauty and a bunch of herbs, and there's ginseng under the beauty, chastity, courage, divination, right? So you can go, oh, okay, there's 50 different love herbs. Look down your shelf and see how many of those herbs you have. Put them all together. Add a little vitamin E oil to preserve it. Maybe a couple drops of your blood or some fingernails so that it is a part of you, or just a piece of hair. And then add your herbs, and we're going to make that together. It's going to be super fun. And I don't see why we can't make it today. So starting at page 276 on this book is where like all you ever really need for the confidence to write your own spells will be. And I've taught you guys many times how to use that, and we'll use it again today when we make this oil. We have a lot that we'll be doing, so if you have to leave, you can come back. We'll probably still be here. Alright, so the magical uses of the ginseng are, this is the ginseng that we're using. I just drank this. I feel quite alert. But again, right now we're reading about the magical properties, not the medicinal. And the medicinals have things like energy, alertness, great for your eyes, you know, all kinds of things like that. Magical uses. The root is carried to attract love, as well as to guard one's health. You could take this out, you could dry it in your dehydrator, and you could put it and make a mojo bag and carry it around in a mojo bag for your health. Hey Thomas, how are you? Hi Silver Willow. I just pounded this ginseng energy drink, so now we're talking about it. Ginseng will also bring beauty to all who carry it. Burn ginseng to ward off evil spirits and to break hexes and curses. If you wanted to burn this, all you'd have to do is dry it out either in the sun or in your dehydrator. Yeah, I know. I don't know why it didn't send out a thing that I've gone live, but it just didn't. I guess YouTube is saying you're going live too much. Yeah, so if you wanted to burn this, all you would need to do is, because it was just soaking in water, is put it in your dehydrator. And put it in your dehydrator or out in the sunshine if you don't have a dehydrator, or in the oven at a low temperature with the door open until it is dry, and then you can go ahead and burn it in your cauldron. You could put it in a coffee grinder, turn it into a dust, and burn it that way into an incense. Lots of stuff you could do there. Burn ginseng to ward off evil spirits and to break hexes and curses. A tea of ginseng is used as a powerful lust-inducing drink, whether alone or mixed with the other like herbs. Hold a ginseng root in your hands. Visualize your wish onto the root. We're going to be needing to use this information, so I'm going to get my highlighter and some bookmarks. Use these little dolls for bookmarks. Why not? Okay. Because before I make this, it's going to be an oil for my wishes and protection. So to protect my wishes. So I'm going to be taking this out and holding on to it and doing the following. Hold a ginseng root in your hands. Visualize your wish into the root. So when we were talking about visualizing earlier and how important it is, close your eyes, holding this directly in your hand. Visualize your wishes. And then visualize them literally hopping out of your head and go, or even through your arm. Your wishes are traveling from your brain. Visualize this. But through your brain, through your arm, down through your hand to where you're holding the root directly in your hand. Visualize them leaving you, your wishes, and going into that root. You can really get good at visualization if you do meditation. The more meditation you do, the easier it will be for you to do visualization. So I'm highlighting that whole chunk right there because we're going to use that in the working that we're creating for wishes and protection. See what we did there? Okay. And then now, later in this episode, after we go through the rest of the International Market Haul, we're going to be making an oil out of this. Okay? And I think it's special that we drink out of it as well. Like, during the same day. So yes, great little glass bottle. Ginseng root inside. Paid $1.49 for this whole thing. And I would have paid that for the root in the bottle. So I got a drink for free. Okay, we'll see you soon. Thinking of others. So, what do I do? Like, well, to get the bottle ready, I'm going to spray it with floral water. I cleanse this from all of the places it has been, and it is now clean, ready to use, and it is mine. Okay, so I've cleansed this with some Florida water. I'm going to set it over here at my working altar next to my candle, and this is just one of the ways that I bless things in. Just a personal method that I use. So we're going to mark that page in the book on the American ginseng so that we can remember to do that little visualization, and she'll remind us. Look how cute she is. Hello! And then, what else? So let's see what else we got from the international market. Okay, I got Reese's Pieces, but those are in the freezer, and they're not for magic, they're just for happiness. I need chocolate sometimes. I love Reese's Pieces. We got the mangoes, which I love to cut up and make into mango roses and put them in the dehydrator. And I've done a whole 30-minute video on mango and witchcraft, and we talked about that from this book, but let's talk about it again real quickly. For those of you who don't have 30 minutes to watch that video. Okay, so mango in witchcraft and herbalism. I don't believe that mango shows up in this book, but it does show up in this book. Now, the difference between these two books, and I know that I say this all the time, but if you're new here, this is new information. This book is for when you use it in a magical working, but not when you eat it. This book, and the magical uses of the herb or the food in that way, of when you're not ingesting it. The red book is when you ingest it. Okay, so it's not talking about using that thing in a working. It's talking about the magic of what happens when you eat it. Okay, so mango does not appear in this book, I don't think. Let me just triple check. I feel like I should stop the video and restart it because, yeah, let's stop the video and restart it so that everybody gets the message that I'm on. I'm going to go on Skype and tell everybody I'm live as well. So I'll see you guys back super soon. We're going to come back and talk about mango, banana flower. We're going to take apart the banana flower, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes, okay? And I'll also show you the entire haul, and we'll go through these things from Peggy's. Down here on the ground, all these flowers and such from her dried arrangements and the stuff in the box and that. Okay, so I'm going to get a message out that I'm online. I don't know why one didn't go out, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye-bye.